Hi, this is Edie from Waterfront Life, and today I have with me Nicole, who owns Keys and Collars, um, which is, well, we'll talk about what it is. Hey, Nicole.
Hi,
Hi. Tell us about your business and kind of the background of how you got started.
of course. So I am a pet sitting and dog walking business. We are located in Ormond Beach, Florida, but we actually provide service in Flagler and Volusia County. So everywhere from Palm Coast down to Oak Hill, out to DeBerry, and everybody in between. I started my company back in 2016, and it was kind of after a friend had nonchalantly asked me to stay at somebody's house, hang out with their animals, keep them company. And I was sitting with my parents and just thought to myself, I have the means to do this. I have the free time, might as well help others and hang out with animals since anything to really get me out of my parents' house at the time. So I started to kind of get word around, and I think within a week I kind of had made my business official with the name and the website and the business cards, and went the right way with being licensed and insured. And that'll be 4 years ago next month that happened.
Wow, I can't believe it's been that long because I
Yeah.
feel like well, yeah, time flies,
I know.
especially this year hasn't even really existed. We're just gonna kind of jump over this year. But
Yes.
speaking of this year, tell me about like how have you approached doing your business during a time of COVID?
Of course. So obviously that was a huge impact of ours. We really started to see the effects of it in March, when not only society and the economy kind of shut down, but people traveling. Nobody was leaving their homes, and even saying that, nobody was working, or they were working from home. So our animals actually ended up receiving the better end of that because all of their owners were home with them. I'm sure the dogs loved it. The cats may have hated it, but they all had that company. So, in April and May, um, we really saw that a lot of our clients who wanted to just support us through the hard times were using us for walks or pet taxis to go to the dog park, since being outside at that time and now was highly encouraged. And then kind of once we started to come back into our new normal, we found that people were traveling and doing little day trips or going back to work. And so to make sure that we kept the safety kind of expectations and, meeting the principles of the CDC and what they had kind of set as standards, our team just went about things in a different way. Using gloves if we needed to, face masks were required if clients requested them. People left us out cleaning supplies and antibacterial. And it was just great to see that, they not only wanted to support us, but we were willing to do what we could to still provide that service for them. And I think my favorite part of the whole new normal is basically that even though we saw a setback on people using us for overnights, people still wanted to use our services, whether it was for drop-in visits or walks or pet taxi, doggy daycare, that sort of thing. So we've kind of gotten back into our normal routine, and actually we've been the busiest this time of year than we did last year.
Awesome, that's great to hear. I know for a fact that there's a lot of pet owners along the waterfront, and they love their pets like everyone. But I know for a fact that there are several families, not to name them, that do use and love your services. So I can definitely see that the pets also would get attached to you. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, hey, where'd this person go? And why are you here all the time? So I know you have a good reputation, but tell me maybe about what it is you do that is different than other people that are in this business.
Of course. So what I think is different about my company is that I have created a team. Due to personal reasons that I experienced in my life, I realized that sometimes life happens, and that's something that may happen that is unforeseeable, and you can't really plan for it. And I feel like that just kind of sums up not only just this year, but just life in general. So when that's the case, I created a team of all very trustworthy and amazing people who really put the needs of pets and clients, whether they have 2 legs or 4, ahead of their own, where they prioritize them and really work it around their life. So then that way we can provide the services needed. Basically, the relationship that we try and create with my clients is that you are allowing not only a professional team member into your home who's going to be reliable and punctual and trustworthy and genuine, but you're also going to get that feel of it's a friend or a family member coming by, where you can have that open communication. We've run errands for people. I have driven people's parents or their kids. I mean, we kind of expand past the keys and collars a little bit. But we really want people to feel so comfortable with using us that yes, you do get that business aspect. You are hiring us to do a service, but you aren't feeling that awkwardness or that obligation of this is a service and it's done. It's one of those where you share stories and you really share those experiences of when we are going by and taking care of your kids, your fur kids.
Right. And, I remember asking you about pets that might need medicine, and particularly a cat that's a little harder to get that pill down. And is this something you do? So, and you said absolutely.
So something that has really kind of expanded on itself is through the last 4 years, when somebody comes to us with, do you do this? Are you able to do this? Have you ever done this? Even if our answer is no, we follow it up with, but we are willing to learn. If you are willing to teach us, we are willing to learn. So I've had team members who have learned how to give medication, how to give insulin shots, how to take care of chameleons and feeding them crickets, or chickens and making sure they go into their coop. We've seen it all. And you have people out there who want to feel comfortable with no matter what kind of animal they may have, that you are willing to provide that service.
Okay. What is the not craziest, most unusual animal that you've been asked to take care of that the audience might find amazing?
My favorite was definitely the chameleon, because I had to feed it live crickets. So me going into Petco and then driving over to the client's house with a bag of live crickets, and hoping that bag did not open up my car. That had to have been my favorite. I did take care of rats before. That was very interesting because it was a house of 10 cats and 2 rats. And one of the cats.
And the rats obviously were their pets.
Their pets. Yes, they were not. Nope, they were.
Jerry, or whatever.
Yep. And then we've done a mini horse. We've done a mini mule. We've done tortoises.
Wow.
Gosh, parrots, guinea pigs. The only one that we have not done is a snake. but I'm waiting for it. I feel like it's going to be coming around.
I know that there are snake pet owners. I actually have a friend whose neighbor asked them to take care of said snake and then never came back for it. So it is a safe, non-venomous, but she has to do the little mouse once a week.
Yep.
I
Crickets. Another one I would be afraid that
Yeah, but you know, pets are loved in, I'm just that traditional dog and cat lover, but pets are loved in lots of spectrums, I would say, and you've definitely witnessed that. What do you enjoy most about what you do?
I love helping people. Whether it's to ease their mind when they travel or to just kind of cheer them up and let them know that their animals are doing okay when they're at work. Selfishly, I love my dog walks. I love walking the dog, listening to music. It's kind of my therapy for the day. I think especially this year, it's very important to keep your mental space as positive as possible. So, but it really, I mean, it all comes down to being able to help people enjoy whatever it is that they need to enjoy, and making sure that worrying about their pets is the last thing on their mind.
And I know that you personally are a pet owner. You have an amazing dog named Stella that people can follow on Facebook. And I also know that you've recently suffered your own loss.
Yes.
So you know how vulnerable people can be with their pets, especially pets that are sick or pets that are older. And it's
we have experienced, yes, we have experienced every aspect of what a pet sitter could come in contact with, any situation, whether it was myself or my team members. And I think what the similarity between all the situations is that those clients of ours trusted us and continue to trust us. You know, they highly respected how we handled the situation. And that is something that I really pride ourselves in, because there are just so many scary situations out there, and it's all, you know, those worst case scenarios that kind of come into your mind, and the last thing we want to do is worry somebody. So, you know, I understand whether an animal is your new baby and you have that pup at 12 weeks old, or you have a dog that's 17 and wears diapers. You know, we are there for everything in between.
right. And, you know, there's a lot of emphasis on shopping local, supporting local. And I think one of the biggest messages I want to get through with you is you guys are so very local. I got really worried when I started to see promotions on Facebook about dog walkers are us, and you could just randomly call this number. And that is so not you.
No, not at all.
People that have been with you for a long time, you having done this for a long time, leading your company, and you are incredibly plugged in with the local scene.
Oh yeah, I myself personally, I was born and raised in Ormond Beach. So if I don't know somebody, my parents did, and you know, that kept me out of trouble when I was younger. But now it's a great networking tool. So, but whether, you know, it's such a small world where we live, and I have learned that connections and word of mouth, that's how we value the business, and you're going to trust somebody who has used you before recommending them to somebody else. Right. So it's super important, and we know the importance of that, of having sort of that kind of influence in people's lives.
Right. Well, if you're watching this and you're not getting the publication Waterfront Life, just know that Nicole is awesome. If you are someone who gets Waterfront Life, you might remember that Nicole was featured in our August issue of 2018. Here's some awesome pictures of some of the pets, the doggies. And it was in the August issue with the Tereski family on the cover.
I loved them.
Everyone loves them. So what is it about Nicole that we might not know?
Gosh. So obviously when I started my business, it was just a side thing. And, you know, unfortunately I had the loss of my mother in 2017 that really sparked the idea of life is just too short to do anything that you don't love. So when I was able to quit my full-time job and do Keys and Collars full-time, it really instilled this passion within me that it's still fueling today. I still wake up every day thinking to myself, wow, it's still working. Like this is still happening. And I've been able to spend quality time with my dad. So I would say the one thing is that as hard as I work, I like to play just as hard, if not harder. And I love to travel. I love to travel. My dad says I like to live the retirement life without being retired. So I enjoy being outdoors. I enjoy anything with my friends and family. Wherever I can take my dog Stella is always a bonus. But traveling just does something for my soul. And I think it's important that we all kind of find that piece of us, whether it's with our fur kids or without them. And if it's without them, then you can call us and we can come take care of them while you go and do that. But it's just, I would say that I enjoy and I try to live each day, taking it for everything that it is.
Yep, I think we've all learned to look at finding joy a little differently this year. So if there's someone, a resident or anyone else that would love to find that one person or that one team to trust with their animals, but they haven't quite taken that step, what advice would you give them about meeting you, calling you, using your company?
Absolutely. So the best place to go, hands down, is our website. It's keysandcollars.com. Not only can you see all of our services and pictures and names of my team members, but you can also see all of my rates. I put all of my rates out there so there are no surprises. And then you can go to our contact us form and request services that way. And whether it's just you looking for a quote or looking to see if you can find coverage, that's probably the best route. If you're looking to find cute pictures that we have posted or reviews, I think the last I heard, we have over 55 five-star reviews on Facebook and thousands of photos that you can scroll through of all of our fur clients. So kind of the best of both worlds between our website and Facebook.
Awesome. Is there a phone number that you could give us if people want to reach out?
So it's actually my personal cell phone number. So you will talk to me directly. It's 386-527-2888.
Okay. And obviously anyone who does get the publication can find her ad in the index as well as in the magazine. And Nicole, thank you for spending this time with me today and letting us learn a little bit more about you. And thank you for being a sponsor of Waterfront Life.
Of course. It was so good to spend time with you, Edie.
Absolutely.